Now let's go back to Hong Kong, where Chief Executive Carrie Lam is trying again to explain her policy address.
Give a new mission, social mission to the Urban Renewal Authority. And then for those living in poor living conditions, they will be given a regular living subsidy. And then we consider the affordability of the public in relation to the idea to subsidize outlying island ferry service. Some people have suggested that we should consider traffic management rather than the government revenue when it comes to the charging of tolls for government-owned tunnels and control areas. So I hope members will understand that a policy address on its own may not be able to allow us to entirely think out of the box. Now that we know that the economic prospects are acute, together with the Financial Secretary, we need to be very cautious. Of course, we understand that we still have $1,100 billion in our fiscal reserves, but then our expenditure is $600 billion, out of which $400 is recurrent expenditure. I think it is difficult to lower the level of recurrent expenditure irrespective of the economic performance. So when it comes to public finance, if we have to resort to very radical measures, we need to be very cautious. Perhaps owing to this reason, we may not be able to meet the aspirations of some members concerning certain livelihood issues. Mr. Carrie Lam referred to the silver hair group, the elderly. Well, for those who are in the middle age bands or the senior age bands, we would like to introduce even more measures so as to help the middle-aged as well as the senior-aged people to rejoin the labor market. Mr. Carrie Lam referred to the chaos in the society. I also feel that we are sad and we are bothered, and I've spent some time in my policy address on this matter. But then the foremost priority for all of us is to say no to violence and to stop violence. Well, be it in Hong Kong or in the case of overseas countries, we have to safeguard the rule of law. And that's why in my policy address, I have already said that the government will try its utmost to stop violence, and we support the police in rigorously enforcing the law. Gary Fan, please leave the chamber.
Carrie Lam has been interrupted again during her Q&A session on her policy address yesterday. And now several opposition lawmakers have been sent out of the venue already for boycotting the whole session.